Hi and welcome to Hidden Greenwich, your personal guide to the cool and quirky hidden gems of this much loved borough. This week we're visiting the junk shop situated on Greenwich Street, only a small walk from the Greenwich Market and the Cutty Sark. The owner's father established the shop in 1954.
My parents started in a little shop round the corner by the Greenwich Park, and obviously as I grew up and fell in love with the business, and I was out of five of us children, I was the one who decided that it was my forte. It's good fun. It's something different.
Greenwich was once full with shops like this, but now the junk shop is one of the last remaining antique shops in the area.
When there's a lot of shops, then there's more reason for them to come down here to buy. The less shops, less competition, but then it's less incentive for other dealers to come down, so you don't really win being one of the last, so.
Most of the stock is acquired through house clearings.
Finding stock, other than advertising house clearance, people dying, or I do markets and keep my eyes open basically.
The large mix of different items is something that really stands out as you take a look around the shop.
I clear the rubbish as well, so I was down the tip just sweeping the rubbish out, and I suddenly see a little Egyptian grave piece, which is a small sarcophagus of just like the mummies you find, but this big, made out of clay, 2,000 years old, and I nearly swept it into the tip.
Oh my God.
Now they're only worth, because the grave robbers used to pull these things out, so they're not worth vast amounts, but it's a 2,000-year-old artefact which I was about to sweep out of the back of my truck into the tip. You find things like that. There's a million different stories you could get from me on strange and quirky things and things which we come across. A lot of the students come in looking for stuff for their projects. There's a lot of architects. I think their project is basically finding something mechanical which they'll then take apart, draw, photograph, and it doesn't have to go back together going perfect as far as I know, but it's a question of them documenting how they found it, where they found it, what it is, and how they dismantled it with photographs and drawings. So I get each new year. There's all sorts of historic stories. I've got boxes of bits at the Cutty Sark, which is a picture there of it moored at Deptford before it was put into dry dock. And after it burned down, and I came down that morning with my kids when I was dropping them to school just to see the flames in it burning. There's a lot of stories which can come up in this area.
Once you're done looking through cool antiques, you can even have a cup of tea in the cosy tea room out back.